Okay, Lee Rob. My voice just broke. We've just done sprint planning. What we're up to?
Yeah, so for Colour Pixels, there's a few things this week. We have the Isometric pack that you're still working on, getting that finished up. And then we also have the competition book as well. That's coming live at the end of the week. So I want to get that done. Hexseed as well. Rob's finishing up the QA, and we have just the announcements and stuff to get that out for the end of the rest of the week as well. And then we have Demetus, just more levels and stuff that I'm sure Cameron will go into detail later on.
Jeff, the Skystead, we're going into beta in like 3 weeks' time, so be a big effort to try and get that sorted. So maybe some trailer work later in the week, but primarily it's just going to be getting assets into the game and getting it all working, I think.
Okay, so I've sort of been jumping around all over today. I'm working on different pieces for the Isometric DLC. I haven't really committed to one image. I've kind of been throwing a lot of ideas onto the page. So I've got a few to work on. However, I did finish a couple that I've been starting over the weekend. One of them here is being the sort of like an old building. I really like. I kind of want to do something a bit more what's the word I'm looking for, like a bit of an industrial looking building. It took a while to get all the details in, and especially all the outlines. I didn't initially go for an outline sort of look, but I thought the sort of toon style kind of worked, so overall I think it worked out in the end. I imagine there'll be a few outline mistakes that Lee'll spot. I've had a look, I can't find any, but knowing Lee will find a few. And also finished off this waterfall image as well, which I'm quite happy with. As you can see there, as it quickly changed, I added a few little details in, such as the bridge, and a bit more of the sort of the form at the bottom of the waterfall. I think that turned out pretty well. But as for now, I'm currently working on a new image, which is a sort of bedroom, a cozy little bedroom. It's getting there, using a lot of references to try to build up a sort of a nice interior look. It's getting there. I'm trying to build a sort of bookcase in this wall, but I'm not sure if it's going to fit. So if not, I'll add some extra details to the floor, and hopefully the wall won't look so barren.
Okay, so today I've been doing a couple of different things. First of all, I finished off the language stuff from last week, so you can see you changed to any language. I haven't translated the word set and saved, which is why that's down there. That was the second thing I'd done, which was, add the little pop-up similar to Skystead whenever you change anything, just to show that your settings have actually changed and it's, working properly. But yeah, you can go to any language now and everything will translate and it'll change, so you can start the game and then it'll be in the pause menu and it'll be everywhere, and then you can go in here, you can change it all back. I think pretty much now the settings menu's working, honestly. If you go in a build, this all works now. We had one issue that we found, I think Rob found it a while ago, and it was if you press apply and then try to press back, that wasn't working. I've fixed that now as well. But one final little thing I wanted to look at was that the set and save button doesn't work in the pause menu because the game is paused, so basically the time scale in the game is set to 0, which means the animation can't play, which is quite annoying. I need to find a way to work around that. It works in the main menu because you don't need to set the time as 0, really. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look at that tomorrow anyway. And then one final thing was I find it a little bit annoying. If you go in here and then you press apply, and then you press cancel, and then you press back, it stays like that. I feel like it should revert, so maybe I'll do that. But then I think those two final little things, and then all the menus should really be perfect after that, finally. And then, other than that, I quickly started the block out for the tutorial level that Lee made. So there's nothing in it at the minute. I need to fill it all with traps and everything. But yeah, the idea here was that obviously it's just encourage the player to look around a little bit and then show them how to move and not just walk in a straight line. And then here you're going to encounter your first jump, and then there's going to be some crushing things in the wall here, kind of like the stomping things but just sideways, and then you're going to have to dash through them, and that'll try to teach you how to dash. And yeah, this is going to be like a rolling ball puzzle, something similar to Crash Bandicoot, and you're going to have to get in these gaps and dash your way through. And then this is obviously supposed to teach you how to crouch, and then you go around this corner here, and this is a big jump that's supposed to teach you how to do an air jump, so you can combine a jump and a dash. Yeah, an air dash, sorry, yeah. And then here you're going to encounter your first enemy, and then you're going to have to defeat it to progress. And then, yeah, you're going to go up here and get the star, and that's pretty much it for the tutorial. It's quite simple. So I'm going to set all that up tomorrow.
Yeah, so this week I've been mainly working on re-importing a bunch of the assets that Laura and Jack have been working on, mainly Laura's stuff, because Jack's been working on the Skylights, hasn't he? But yeah, some of these items you might remember if you played the Kickstarter demo. We've got like the large rock, medium rock, small rock, the skull, the broken scarecrow, all of those things. The big log has had a revamp as well. That looked a bit dark before, so I think we just sort of redid it. I think that was the plan. We've got these sort of like, I get vines, like thorny vines. So there is all these items are going to be like scattered throughout the world when you spawn in, when it's all like broken and you need to fix it. These vines I think are for the cave, so we'll chuck them in there. We're also going to make some more as well, because some of the assets like the fencing and things like that, these components are broken up, so we're going to sort of like break up a bit more and have some like broken versions of these, like the gates and things like that. But we've also got a lot more buildable objects as well, so we have been working on a lot more of these. So I think we've got 105 different... Oh, get errors. It's fine. Continue with the errors. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So we've got 105 different assets available now. We've got a lot more rugs. That was important yesterday. Luxury items. We've got. It's difficult to spot because I ran the script to take the screenshots because it takes a couple of days now to run actually. So we've got these new fencing options for the luxury sort of like stage of the game. These are actually like sort of like designed as one of the Kickstarter backers who backed a high enough tier to get the like customize your own item perk, and yeah, I think they're looking really, really good. There's some emissives and stuff on this. What else we got? Cool. I think that might be it. It's a lot of them anyway. So I've got a new stone shed that Laura's worked on recently. We've got revamped stone pavement. These will be tiling everywhere. We've got a simple fireplace. We're going to try and get this working so that you have to add wood to it to sort of like light it up at night. And we've got the fishing hole, which will let you fish. But we've revamped the graphics on this as well, so the water actually like sort of moves and stuff, which is really cool. We've got the stone lamp to match the wooden lamp, and we've got this bridge which is scaling is a bit off, but we know about that at the moment. It's going to be a lot smaller than this. It's bigger than the normal bridge at the moment.
Hello. Lately I've been doing some fixes. Most of the fixes are for the fishing stuff, for the fishing updates, and one of them was this crate. It was open before, but it wasn't closable or then openable again. So I added more hinges here, so you can close it and open it. It rotates. Some of them rotate and some of them are still. And then this is with the with the fish inside. This crate is for all the items that you fish and you don't want anymore. They're too cute. They're too cute looking. Oh my god, look at this paint fish. Look at it. Oh my god.
Just spent all of today going over the new community book, going through all the pictures, fixing up all the little bits that we have to expect to change. There's always a couple of changes with the community book images, that's to be expected. But all in all, it wasn't too bad for the most part. Normally there's one or two pictures that take quite a lot of fixing, but this time not so much. So I've gone through, I've playtested them all now. All that's left is to re-import them into the game. So I've gone ahead and resaved them all into this final folder with the correct names, all the edits made, etc. So yeah, need to be re-imported and then just test it again in the build. So we'll quickly do that. Then we've got it all re-imported now. It might take a second or two with the last couple because you're quite large. And then all I have to do is now relaunch the game, give them a second check to make sure the edits have done work, especially with this cat picture here, because I haven't actually playtested this one because there was a lot to make on that one image. I need to reassign out all the names as well, because as you can see, it's put the creator names in the level names. I need to separate those out a second time to put them into the right spot. But yeah, they will be re-imported here, as you can see, and just need one last check all the levels I've edited to make sure that they're all working as intended.
Okay, so today I've been working on getting all these doors sorted. I was going to do some more at level 1, but then I kind of got distracted a little bit. But yeah, well, the first thing I done was a few more things to the settings, as always. There's always something to do with that, it seems. But yeah, this one was an FPS slider, so you can change all that. Yeah, and then in terms of the speedrun stuff, so I have it set up for the second level, so you can see that you'll get another star if you beat it within 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I guess the pressure's on now, but yeah, so when you get that, and then you look now, and you can see I beat it in 1 minute and 20 seconds. And yeah, this I've got another collectible as well, so I've got 2 now. And then the rest of them, one's for defeating all the enemies, one's for finding the hidden one, and then one's for doing it in hard mode, which I haven't set up yet.
Okay, so yesterday I was working from home, but I did manage to get quite a lot done in terms of the Isometric DLC. I think I've caught up now. And I was working on this image yesterday, which took me a lot longer than I wanted to, because it was quite a tough one to do. I really wanted to incorporate the colouring pixels background colour into an image, so it sort of looks like a lot of empty space. And I think I've done it. So without it, it looks a bit plain, but when you put the background in, it sort of looks like a full scene. And I quite like it like that. So this whole wall here on the right side near the window is that's completely empty because the colouring pixels background will fill it in. So hopefully that works. It took me a little while to figure out. If Lee tests it, it doesn't feel very good, I'll happily just rework the image. I make the walls different colour, so it's a bit of a different scene. But hopefully that'll play quite well. Hopefully it'll be quite fun. So when people see it without, it'll look a bit when you sort of play the image and you can see the pixels, it'll look a bit weird. So hopefully that'll look okay. We'll see how it goes. After the other images I've been doing, I did manage to finish off this bedroom image that I showed off on Monday. It looks pretty good. I added a lot more to this scene than originally anticipated, but it definitely adds a bit more of a sort of character to the overall bedroom, so quite happy with this one. And the last one I was working on, this one hasn't done, this little teaser. This one's quite fun. I really wanted to do a sort of TV scene with the snow inside, so I pretty much just filled the whole scene with snow to sort of match the vibe of the TV. It's looking pretty good. This one isn't finished yet though. I need to add a few more bits of detail in and rework this background behind the TV. I don't really like it. Anyway, the last image I did yesterday was this one, which this was going off the record play image that I did. I wanted to add something else that was a bit more retro in. I really wanted to do these old handheld radios, but I didn't want to just do the radio itself, so I essentially built this entire picnic scene around it. I think it looks really cool. It's sort of a cozy little scene here. I do think the shadows are a bit dominant now that I look at it today, so I'm probably going to go in and lighten those up a little bit. But overall, I think it worked out pretty well.
Today I updated this wooden arched bridge. It's kind of like half wooden and half rocky, half rock. This is the luxury stone fence and arch, and Rob asked me to kind of make this bridge luxury looking as well, so I copied the vines from these and put them here, and the flowers as well. It looked like this before, and now it's luxury.
Yeah, okay, so today I was supposed to work on level 1. I still haven't done loads of it. I've done a couple of things, but yeah, I've still got like the rolling ball puzzle and stuff set up. You can see I set this up as kind of just the stomping things, but I set them up so they could move like horizontally as well as vertically. So yeah, the idea is that like a dash prompt would come up on screen, tell you how to dash, and then you dash through it like that. Pretty simple, really. yeah, I still haven't really done the rest yet. I did add like the enemy in that we wanted, but I mean it's the same enemy as in the other levels. So, but other than that, I've just been like fixing a lot of stuff. So I had an issue with the timers. I don't know if I mentioned on the video yesterday, but basically if you complete the speed run, you could complete it again and get another star, so your star count would go up an extra one in the bottom there. So instead of being 2 out of 150, it'd be 3, and you could do that as many times as you wanted. And I just had to wait and make it so like you completed the speed run, you couldn't do it again. But other than that, it's like just been little things. So you can see I added a little bit of weapon sway. When you walk around, the stick kind of like lags behind a little bit, and it makes the movement look a little bit more realistic. I've been doing some improvements to the jump. It feels a little bit, well, I'd say it feels a little bit more floaty, but Lee said he wanted it to be a bit higher. And then other things, I was watching Lee play the game, and there was just a lot of things. He said he was missing the enemies a lot when he was trying to hit them. So I just kind of made them a little bit easier to hit again. I had them more like that. Don't know, I was a bit thinking about the game being too easy if you could just sit there and do this, but I guess we're just going to have to try and find a way to like a good balance with it.
Okay, so it's been a little bit of a tougher day for the Colouring Pixels Isometric DLC. I've been struggling getting these levels done, and they're quite hard to do, these ones. I was really enjoying this level, the sort of a snowy TV screen one, but I did manage to get myself in a bit of a rut trying to get it done. So I did take a break and I came back to it, and I think it looks a little bit better now. I'm still not entirely happy with it, but maybe, like I said, I've been looking at it too long. But from last time, you can see I've retweaked the snow a bit to make it look a bit more natural. I added some rocks in, as well as some footprints and a little bird watching the TV. I do think it looks good. I think it just needs a bit more work. Maybe not. I'll see how I feel about it tomorrow. But other than that, I've been working on another image, which is this sort of Atlantis-looking scene. It's not Atlantis, but it sort of gives off that vibe. And overall, it's looking pretty good so far. It's definitely going for, a very strict isometric scene, very blocky. But I think that really works for this sort of design. I'm going to add in a little boat here. I can't draw because the pen's dead. But the little boat on the end of this trail here, which will be going through the sort of ruins, and I'm going to add a waterfall coming down from this big blocky area here. So I'm going to add a bit more work to this one. I add some ripples in the water and stuff to make it look a bit more natural, but hopefully this one won't take too much longer.
So I'm about to make recordings on the next mini trail, which will be about the Skylet specifically. So I've just spent a couple of times looking at the new assets, sort of building up a bit of variety for the scenes, most of these new archers and stuff. But thinking about how I'm going to actually record the Skylets themselves. So one thing I asked from Rob is that we have the patting animation in. Well, it was already in, but initially all the Skylets ran away when you went up to them, and that was just sort of like a leftover behavioural thing. So now they don't run away. So I can hopefully run up and get sort of a nice animation of me patting a Skylet, causing a happy animation. I'll work that out with the see in the bottom right there, the camera controls. I can use the debug camera, and I can work out how to sort of set up a looping camera whilst I move the character around. But one thing I'm thinking this time around is, because of the fact that we don't have control of any of the Skylets, I don't think I can set up any sort of repeating camera shots for Skylets. So I think I'm just going to spend some time running around with the debug camera using the Xbox controller to keep it nice and smooth, and just sort of get as many recordings of different Skylets and different scenes as I can. Just sort of do them all freehand. How on earth you got there? But yeah, so once I've got a bunch of recordings, I'll just throw them into editor and see what video I can come up with. Yeah, I do want to end with a nice padding animation. Now that what I'll do from the front to make it look like it's proper. But other than that, as I said, just going to run with the camera and see what I can get.
Okay, yeah, so a lot of my week, well, the past couple of days, has just been importing assets that Laura's been making. So now we have 114 different items in the game, which is a lot. Spent all of yesterday basically adding like another 60 cooking items, which is quite a lot of work because you need to import the texture, the asset, make a unique material for it, then make a prefab for it, and then make a config file that we've got, and then make sure everything's all linked up and working and things like that. But I think we're pretty much there. We just need to actually add the recipes in for the actual cooking. Make sure that they've got all of the correct names as well in the localization table. That's another task that we have to do. So it's been an awful lot. A lot of QA is going to need to happen for this. If I just go into the scene view, you see that a couple of the items are actually making holes into the nav mesh, which you can't walk on. Let's see if I can just walk there. Yeah, see, it's stopping me from walking. It's a couple of teething issues, but it should be alright. In other news though, I've also been working on some bug fixing with like some of the back end stuff. So we've got a build script that wasn't working. Essentially, things were getting stuck in infinite loop. There's some validation step that was triggering all these new items, and because there's so many new items in the game now, that it was just basically crashing the build process. So managed to fix that. It was quite an awkward one to fix. And also, if we go onto the screenshotting scene, there's also some issues with this as well. So this is the scene that takes a lot of the pictures for Skystead, to use in the shop and things like that. This was broken. I've also added a couple of new things to it as well. So now for the buildable items, it takes a picture on the top. That's just for us to put in like an editor type of thing. We're not actually going to use that in game, but it's just an extra bit of debug information for us. But yeah, it's all working again. It just takes a long time to run, even without the skylets, which is a huge part of it. This run takes like maybe 15 minutes or something like that. With the skylets, it takes hours and hours because there's a lot of post-processing effects that go on.
Yeah, okay, so today I actually finally finished off level 1, so I'm just going to quickly run through it and show you what I've done. So yeah, I showed this off yesterday briefly. I think it's just the same stomping things from level 2, but I've just made them move horizontally instead of vertically. Then we'll have this rolling ball puzzle. It's like something off like Indiana Jones or Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Just spawn something up there and then it'll roll down and roll into the hole and then fall down. And then it just continuously does that in a loop. And then we'll have this little arrow trap here. You might remember them from the dungeon crawler game, the prototype game. It's basically just them, yeah, and the idea is that you have to dash through them. Obviously this whole level's the first level, so it's just kind of a tutorial. And then yeah, you've got this enemy here, and then this is, I feel like, I don't know if it's going to be the only enemy, but this enemy you have to actually defeat it to progress, so we kind of want to go against that, but for the first enemy it's probably kind of important to show it off. So yeah, I don't know, I have got like a thing set for the door, so the star collects if you kill all the enemies, but obviously there's only one. I don't know if that's good, just to like show off what you've done, or I'll show you like how to collect the star so you have to defeat all the enemies, or maybe we could change it for this level. I think for the 4th level we want to have it so like you don't take damage or anything, but rather than defeating all the enemies. So maybe we could do something similar for the 1st level. But yeah, I've also started on the 3rd level, you can see very briefly. Just nothing new really, just kind of blocked the main layout of it and then chucked some things in that are already present in the other levels. I'm going to start working on the puzzles and stuff tomorrow.
This week I also made the spicer. It matches the other kitchen technology items, medieval technology. I took the curtain from these counters, and the idea for the spicer is that you put something in here, and these rotate and they grind the spice item, and then everything falls down from here on your food, and your food is enhanced.
Okay, yeah, so we've been working a lot on the items. So we've now got this like tagging system. So when you hover over an item to pick it up, or if you just got it picked up, you'll see these tags in the bottom left. So this one is tagged as rock and junk. That's because it is a sad rock and you can't use it for food really. Dom Cream's got 2 vegetables. I think that's a bug. That's just something along the config. But they should all have various different things that sort of like describe the element of the thing that you're about to put in. And I've also managed to get a lot of config set up with the actual cooking stuff. So if I get a red berry here, it says fruit and plantable, which is true. Put it in the chopper, and it should come up with some chopped red berry. I've got some here. Should do that. Fingers crossed. We'll try it again. So we've got a rainbow fish here. We'll squish it, and that should come out with some rainbow fish paste. And yeah, here we go. Chopped red berry. Yes, that works. And yeah, it's just been a matter of getting all of that working. There's a lot of config involved. I have been working on the mixer and the stove today as well, but I don't think they're gonna work. I mean, I could try it. Let's just put some stuff in. No, that's not gonna work, is it? But yeah, look at this. It's got rainbow fish paste, which is great.
Okay, so I've been working on the Isometric DLC again today, and the bulk of my day, in all honesty, has been spent on this image here, which is sort of like the finale image. It's not the biggest one I've done, but definitely one of the most detailed ones I've done. So it's about, let's have a look, about 250, about 210. So it's not the biggest, but like I said, it's just filled with so many little deals here, which I've managed to squeeze in. And overall, I'm quite proud of this one, like the little carrot and the dog in the middle. But once I got that image done, I was having a bit more creative stuff. I did rework the chest image that I shot off a few weeks ago, or was it last week? I don't remember, it's all in a blur. But I completely reworked it as I didn't like that level, so I made it a bit more Halloweeny, add some ghosts and a bit more of a creepy vibe to it. It just looks a bit better, and overall the whole image itself just is a vast improvement on the chest image. And for the last image, I did this cool little milk carton thing with it. Oh, it's not finished. There we go. A cute little milk carton which got like a bit of a space scene in the middle of it, going for a bit more of a sci-fi vibe.
And so yeah, a lot of today has been spent doing sort of typing tasks, so a lot of announcements. We've got the Hexseed DLC, we've got the Skystead Ranch update going up, all that good stuff. So that's all been done this morning. And then I'm finishing the day with sort of a nice change of pace. So the next major DLC is going to be the Advent for both Conan Pixels and Wooloop. So yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've done anything Wooloop related, so quite nice to get back into it. I took a sort of simpler image here, a lot of right angles using the grid tool, that sort of stuff, just again to get myself used to Wooloop again. Now I'll get this sent off, finished now. There's a couple of things I need to fix before I actually push it, but yeah, I'm going to get this sent off to the guys to check, and I'm sure there'll be a bit of feedback or two for me to correct. But yeah, it's quite a nice change of pace, quite an easy, relaxing Friday afternoon task, just to get ready for the next DLC prep. That's going to be the rest of the Advent book. Go on, Jack.
Hello.
Go on.
I'm waiting for you to say hello.
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 We've
Yes,
been together all day, Jack.
I know.
I said hello now.
You haven't said hello once to me.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so the time of this video coming out next week will be the Isometric DLC, which I've just wrapped up today. Some good levels in there. I've got a mix of themes, and just after that, the 2 weeks after that, I think it'll be all the Advent stuff. So Christmas time in October. But sure, there you go.
Yeah. Thank you to all the Patreons and all the Discord members as well.
Cool. Yeah, who did it, guys?
Did it.